sometimes people think I'm crazy, but I'm very open guy. I don't like to manipulate people. I'm very open. People think the more you manipulate is better. No, man, you have to be in a big business. Manipulation, I don't think it works.
It doesn't work long term.
Yeah,
it can work short term.
Small business, it works. Maybe you have some kiosks or something you can manipulate. But if you want to build a really big business, you have to be open. You have to be open with your mindset. You have to show the stability with your partners that you're a stable guy. Because when we were a small company, nobody knew us. Like, people would not trust us even, because, game actually is a live organism. I always say you can never finish making the game. Game is always under development. Always something new is happening. And of course, game makes a mistake. We have situations when Aviator would just give away 1 million euros in Italy for players, just for nothing. This game, it's like, or somebody would try to crack it, or somebody found a bug, for example, and then we lost 2 million euros there and 1 million. Then what we built, we had a small investigative team, very quick, maybe a couple of days. If it's our fault, I don't care about the contract. I always pay, because this is the hardest thing when you build the brand. So you're a newbie, so your partners know that if you screw up, you pay. So I don't start like, oh, it's your fault, my fault. Even though we didn't have much money, I would just pay because they don't need insurance with us. This is number one.
That creates trust.
Yeah, of course. Trust me, for us, 1 million euro back then, it's a lot of money for everybody even now. But back then it was a huge amount of money, but we would just pay immediately because if it's our fault, we would pay.
And to be honest, it's not the general rule in iGaming industry. I've been an operator. I'm now an aggregator and still an operator. Each time a software provider fucks up, it's just like, okay, nothing happened.
Let's continue.
Business as usual. Thank you very much. Maybe we'll do you 10% or 20% on next invoice.
Yeah, but with us, we always pay. Now, the second thing why SPRIBE is very big, and I will tell you why it will be very difficult for any other newcomers to do it. And I will tell you why. Besides the branding is huge, obviously. Besides the user experience, of course, personal relationships. Now the biggest one is technological stuff.
Okay.
So technologically, we are such a strong company. I'll tell you why. That it will be almost impossible to copy. Why? Because right now we have 350,000 bets every minute. So this is a huge stress. To get to that level, you need to go 1,000 bets, 2,000 bets, 5,000, and slowly. And then during that time, the game will make adjustments. Game will make mistakes. Game will make it. And right now, we use AWS, for example, right?
Really
Amazon.
cool.
Yeah. And we are the biggest customer. I mean, we pay like millions of dollars to them. And we are for them, we are like a, success story. When they make a presentation, they say, look at SPRIBE. So what they did for us, for example, the biggest challenge in Brazil, Latin America, in India in common, what do they have? What's their biggest challenge? Is internet. Everybody said. So what we did, we moved our servers with AWS to them. So when somebody hits cash out in Brazil, it doesn't come to Europe and goes back. It cash outs right there in India. So Amazon is not going to do for any other company the same thing. It's a huge infrastructure. You have to build infrastructure from scratch. They did it for us because we're a big company. But even if you find customers to have 300,000 beds, to support this will be impossible,
So we're talking about, just to make sure people understand, 350,000 bets per minute.
Every minute. Like now we're talking.
Every minute, 350,000 bets.
Correct.
And your goal within 2 years is get 1 million.
Yeah,
1 million.
1 million. Because, I will talk about this. Like, first I want to speak that before it was like regulated, non-regulated. I think in iGaming, people who are in iGaming, I think these boundaries are gone already. I mean, if you want to make money, you have to go all the way, and you have to go, to
Thank you for saying it so honestly.
Yeah, because some people say regulated, but it's BS, I think.
Yeah.
If real money is in those markets. So we talk about India. I mean, India is a big market, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Brazil is complicated. They're regulated, but they're in the process. Latin America,
Africa is also,
they have several gaming boards. I mean, it's challenging. But but I think that's where the growth will be next 5 years. So, I was wondering what's the penetration rate in India for iGaming. I don't know. It's a very hard question. It will be very hard. Some people say these numbers, but I think it's very low. So why I think the SPRIBE will explode in the next 2 years? Because we are number one game in all Latin America and Brazil. We're number one game all over Africa, South Africa, all Africa, and we are number one game in India now.
So you're 90% of Crash games.
Of course, yes, we are 90%.
Everywhere.
Everywhere, yeah.
Cross country, worldwide.
Yeah, I shared the data with you where it was done by only in South Africa, but I mean 90% we're everywhere because
90,
yeah. Yeah, I mean they did it in South Africa. It's an independent company, but I mean it's true all over the world. I mean if it's true in South Africa, they took 427 games, all the games, and plus they took then second one, they took all the Crash games. And you see we are more than 90%. We own the market because again, I mean players love Aviator. Like if you go to YouTube, you write Aviator, and the way the algorithm is, when you scroll down, it has to restart. You cannot restart Aviator. Try it. You mean go down like this, you go down. It's like, it's always Aviator. It's streamers from all over the world. I mean, and we have nothing to do with that. I spend zero money on that. I don't even know who people are. I mean, these streamers, I mean, they stream and they have millions of views, like 300,000, 2 million, 3 million. They stream Aviator. You cannot refresh the damn page. Like you go down and YouTube algorithm has to refresh it. It cannot refresh it because you will have some 2-3 movies and then Aviator again, and then Aviator again, and then it's like this.
Now, can we know the house hedge or the
3%?
3%.
We keep 3%.
You keep 3%.
Yeah, 3%.
Which is a very fair game.
Very fair, because that's why the people also, one of the things also, people think that players don't understand. We'll keep 5%, 6%. No, man, no. I tell this to all my competitors when they come to me. I say, listen, what's your RTP? They're like, we have 95. I say, why? I told you it's 97 is a magic number. They don't want to listen. They want to go to 95 because they think players don't understand.
That's a very good lesson also.
But players understand very well. So let's talk about this for a second. Like people think this is the thing we understood very early that many companies don't understand. You know what? When people want to play, do you think they want to play for winning the money or for enjoyment? No, they want to play for enjoyment. Nobody plays in casino to win money. It's a wrong approach. Like, for example, when you go to the bar, you don't go to the bar to get drunk. I mean, you can buy a Jameson for 20 euros at home. Well, I mean, you go for an environment. You want to talk to the barman, look at nice people, show yourself, drink, and then that's why you pay 10 times, 20 times more. Same thing here. People come to enjoy. If we think
they want an experience.
Of course, they want an experience. They want to enjoy. So they don't want to win. Of course, the win is a bonus, but the fundamental is enjoyment. So now, if we agree that people play for enjoyment, then if we make a very high RTP, it means that if somebody wants to lose $100, you can let them go in 2 minutes, or let them play for 30 minutes, 40 minutes. Let them enjoy, win, lose. Because when you take only 3%, they have, players have more chance to win, obviously. If I do 70%, 20%, they can win in the second round. So we decided that we want players to enjoy. So this $100 will last the guy. He sits at home, drinks whiskey, playing, for like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, or whatever, So we don't want to, try to take as much money as possible. But eventually, of course, I mean, they will enjoy the timing. So
let's talk about numbers.
Oh man. So
we're not gonna give you the EBITDA, okay? Don't dream. You're not. I know it. We won't share that, but we will give you, if you're good enough in maths, the numbers that lead you to the EBITDA.
You can calculate.
Listen carefully.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we are as big as public company, so that's why we are actually thinking to release our financial data soon, like a public company, because we're so big now that what's the point to hide? But I'll if you somewhat good at math, I'll give you all the main numbers and you can calculate very easily. So let's start from the main number. So what is main number? In our industry, we always look at the wager. We always look at, I don't care about my invoice. I care about the wager. It's a total bet.
The bets.
If the total bet is growing, then you're doing good. Because one, it's casino. So 1 month invoice can go down or up, but the wager is the key. Wager.
Let's make it more complicated.
Yeah. So let's start with the wager. Wager is a total bet. How much last month people from all over the world bet on Aviator? Real money. It's no points, nothing. The real money for last month was, wait a second now, it comes 14 billion with a B.
One
month,
4
billion.
14
billion
bets.
Euros.
Consolidated. Consolidated
bets. We have to calculate 350,000 every minute times 60, but in money value, the money wise, 14 billion euros.
Okay.
Aviator generated for all our partners.
All right.
So going back to the numbers, so 14 billion, so 3%. So now we know.
That's GGR. Now what's the GGR? Tell us. Come on.
So what is 3% of 14 billion?
10% of 14 million is
14 billion.
Of 14 billion is 1.4 billion. That's 10%. I divide it by 3. I have 500 million more or less.
Yeah.
500 million.
Yeah. So
are we there?
Let them decide. Let them calculate. Let them calculate.
Is my calculation okay, more or less?
No. Well,
500 million GGR.
Yeah. Well, so we take, let's say,
10%. It's okay if I mistake 10%. It's fine.
Yes.
Are we in the
yes,
we're there?
Yes.
Continue, please.
Yes, and you take 9% from there. That's your monthly.
Oh, I take 9%. I take.
Now you do all calculations.
No. We don't go further. I take 9% because that's.
Now we increase price, but it was before 7. But let's say 7.
Why did you increase?
Because we are reinvesting it back to you, and it will grow more. That's what you will see.
Okay.
We will reinvest it.
I'll take that as an answer. It's fine. I'm not here to negotiate my pricing with you, okay?
On the podcast.
We're here to do a podcast, man. Okay, wait. The 9% is what you invoice.
Yeah.
So now we got 500 million GGR and you invoice 9%, and I'm going to leave it here. Guys, do your homework.
Yeah, let them calculate.
Now, and you multiply that by 12.
Yeah.
And you will have what the company invoices. And now the other beauty of SPRIBE is that, how many people are you?
We have now 300 plus people now. We have our main office is in Poland, Warsaw. We have our people in still Ukraine, around 100 people, up to 100, like 80, 90.
And also because you're developing Broadway, the platform, I imagine
because of that.
If you wouldn't develop Broadway,
then it will be half of this people.
Half of this. Let's talk about
For
Broadway
SPRIBE,
right after. For
yeah.
SPRIBE, 150.
150, yeah.
150.
150, yeah.
At Alea, we have 100 people.
Wow.
And they're going to calculate your EBITDA, and I'm going to let them calculate my EBITDA now. I do 40 times less EBITDA than you, and you have just 50% more people than me.
Yeah.
I have 100 people, you have 150 people just for SPRIBE.
For SPRIBE, 150, yeah.
So I do 40 less time EBITDA than you, and my monthly GGR as an aggregator, I don't have the same margin. I'm not going to tell my margin. I have 80 million EBITDA. 80 million EBITDA per month. Okay, I can tell my margin, or 2 to 3%.
GGR.
So 80 million GGR per month, and 2 to 3% margin.
2 to 3%. So you can calculate.
But I have 100 people. You have 150 people, and you do 40 times my EBITDA.
So it's like you're 2 million a month, more or less, for you, like
2 million.
Your invoice, yeah. Like 80 million.
I know my EBITDA. Now my monthly invoice, 2 million. Yeah, something like that actually. My monthly invoice.
More or less,
yeah, I'm there.
Depends, like if you have 2% or 3%.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that.
It's amazing. You build amazing business. So
You were saying that to me. Thank you very much.
But no, with aggregators, man, so much competition.
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
I mean, we were first product. I mean, not.
Yeah.
I mean, it was there, but with aggregators, it's like in a shark tank, you know, all the sharks, big companies already. That's different.
No, then we came at the end. We were one of the last ones,
exactly.
and we became not the one of the biggest one. Let's say one of the top 3. We're not as big as SoftSwiss, obviously, but we made a calculation. I think they're doing 450 million GGR. We had 80 million GGR with 20% of SoftSwiss. SoftSwiss has been here for 15 years. We started this business in 2020, like yours.
Yeah, same time.
We started in 2012 as a B2C, but it was a different company. I want to talk about, so we played the mad games. I think
let them calculate.
I think, guys, you got some golden nuggets here.
Yes,
I know the numbers. It's unbelievable.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
Who running the game now?